and is more than double the number granted in 2021. There's also been a notable rise in other family visas in 2024, which more than doubled from 9,800 to 20,000 compared to the previous year. So most of those, that's 96% of these, were what we call family reunion visas. So effectively, it's those refugees coming here, being granted refugee status, and then bringing their families across. So that's increased from 9,800 to 20,000 last year.
So that could be Ukrainians?
It could be Ukrainians. It could equally be those from Sudan or Afghanistan or Syria.
Could it be some people who crossed the channel illegally and then got their asylum claim
undoubtedly
accepted?
It will have been, yes.
Instead of all of them being sent back, so broken the law.
Yeah. In terms of safe and legal routes, we hear an awful lot about that. Last year, 79,000 grants of leave were offered via the safe and legal humanitarian routes to come to or remain in the UK. This was 21% fewer than the previous year, and probably not a surprise. It's largely due to the reduction in visas and extensions granted to the Ukrainian scheme. So as the situation in Ukraine has been clarified in the sense that in the initial stages of the war, we thought Ukraine was going to be overrun by Russian tanks right across the country. They were beaten back, really, to the east of Ukraine and the south of Ukraine, and that's meant that large parts of Ukraine are still habitable for many people, and people that had gone out of Ukraine, many of those have returned, and clearly not so many people are now applying from Ukraine to come. How many people have come to the UK irregularly? Our audience, of course, will be interested in this. Irregular routes, well, illegal routes. Come on, British government. We know exactly what you mean. Stop pussyfooting around. It's irregular. It means illegal. So there were 44,000 illegal arrivals detected in 2024. That's 90% more than the previous year.
90%?
19.
Right.
There were 37,000 small boat arrivals in 2024.
So
we know that.
In addition to the 44,000?
No, that's off the 44,000. Okay. 37,000 of those were small boat arrivals, which is 84% of the total illegal arrivals, and 25% more than the previous year, but 20% fewer than 2022, when we had that bumper year of arrivals with 45,000. Now, this is of interest. Afghans were the most common nationality among small boat arrivals in 2024, accounting for 17% of small boat arrivals. Roughly 5,900 of those, of the 37,000 that came, were from Afghanistan. However, the numbers were lower than the peak of 9,100 Afghan arrivals in 2022. And also, around a third, 32% of the total number of people claiming asylum in the UK had arrived on a small boat. So we think of asylum claims only being those arriving on small boats, but actually, you know, there's those that come across in the back of lorries. Probably many of those that are claiming asylum will be people that arrive here on tourist visas and then decide to claim asylum, or they're caught as irregular workers working illegally in the economy.
Again, Mark. So did you say 33% were small boat arrivals?
Yes, so basically 40...
Of irregular...
Yeah, so there were 44,000 illegal arrivals in 2024, 90% more than the previous year. 37,000 of those were small boat arrivals. And 7,000. Afghans were the most common nationality among small boat arrivals, accounting for about 17% of small boat arrivals. However, numbers were lower than the peak, which was 9,100. And in 2024, around one-third, 32% of the total number of people claiming asylum arrived by small boat. So two-thirds didn't arrive by small boat. They came in by other means.
What is the total? that came in? What is the total that came in?
44,000,
Altogether.
The total net migration.
Yeah. We don't get net migration on these figures, unfortunately. Right. These are all sort of visas issued.
But it's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it absolutely is.
Nearly